Shall we begin? Shall we begin? In the words of Dane Calloway, I just came here to make you think. A lot of these celebrities is not going to give me an interview. And if I interview these celebrities, I'm not going to ask them the same questions that these other cats ask them. I'm not starstruck. I need to know answers. So here's a question that I would ask Jim Jones, right? Jim Jones, I'm going to come to you respectfully. All for the strength of my dude Ant Live. Shout out to Ant Live, right? Why would you bring Rick Ross back to the hood and Meek Mills? I just need to know. Shout out to Rick Ross for throwing one of the dopest car shows on his property and bringing the people and showing them how to be entrepreneurs, showing them that he has farm animals, showing them that he has his own police, he has his own fire department there, he's chopping down trees, he's dealing with cattle, he's dealing with chickens, he's taking you back to the village. We spent our whole life in the hood chasing street dreams and penitentiary nightmares. So now when you get put in a position, Jim Jones, I need to know this. Why would you bring Rick Ross and Meek Mills back to them deadly bodegas, them deadly street corners? Why are you still selling the hood to hood when the main objective is to get out of the hood? Jim Jones, I really need to know is, right? A guy like you who has been into, like, you've been in financial debt where you lost everything and had to get it back. Hold on. Article says, Jim Jones, New Jersey mansion, reportedly sold at an auction for $100 after being foreclosed on. Right? The New Jersey mansion that Jim Jones shared with longtime partner Chrissy has been lost to foreclosure and sold at a sheriff's sales of just $100 when the couple bought the house in 2006. They took out a $680,000 mortgage with a percentage of 6,875% interest rate. This left them with a monthly payment of $4,467. So you telling me that Jim Jones couldn't pay a $4,000 mortgage? A $4,400 mortgage he couldn't pay. So now that he gets back up on his feet, and see, this is what I need y'all to pay attention to, right? So now that Jim Jones is back, you back on your feet, Jim Jones, right? Instead of teaching these young boys out there that's going to get their first dose of money, don't go to the strip clubs. You are in the strip clubs with Dice Peso, shout out to Dice Peso, popping tags, popping them bank tags off of those fresh notes, them fresh dollar notes, them slave notes, and you throwing money up in the air on strippers after you lost everything. So now you selling the nightlife to poor people. You made it out of the hood and almost ended up back in the hood. So now you back on top of this rap game or whatever you doing, selling your glasses. Shout out to your glasses. Why you keep selling poverty and pain to our people? It's not that I hate these rappers, but I hate the fact that they're leading our kids down a one-way trip to hell. And you know what you're doing. You clearly know what you're doing when I sit up there and watch videos with your son on lakes, with boats and rivers, with white kids having fun, out of the danger zone. But you sit up there and you sell a portrait of death and destruction to our children. Every time they turn on a speaker, they listening to a lyrical slaughter. Lyrical genocide. Like, come on, like Jim Jones, man. I like a lot of your music. I like a lot of Jim Jones music. But why we gotta sell the hood to the hood? Why we can't speak life into them? Why we can't lead them to the promised land? Because if you start waking people up, they're going to cancel you. So you're going to make sure that your son is safe, your family is safe, but in the hood, may the best man win. This is my problem with the industry. This is my problem with these 50-year-old rappers. When do you show them the other side? When do you invite us through the TV screen? Jim Jones, when do you invite us into your beautiful yard and show us how you throw your parties in your yard? Can we see some of that? Can we get some of that reality TV of you partying in your yard? Can we see you and Mano out there in the yard with your sons together? Can we get a reality TV show? I sat back and I listened to Mano a little bit where he was talking about, you know, his son in the living room smashing the shorty and he didn't know how to react to that. And I thought that was dope. I want to see another side to you grown men. The hood know how to be hood. We don't need y'all to sell us the hood. It's been sold to us. It's been given to us. They've taken everything from us that make us who we are as a people and gave us poverty and pain. I know what it's like to stomp through the hood. I do that easy. People will sit up there and say, you can't come to the hood. I had to put everything, do everything, sacrifice everything. And when I say sacrifice, I don't mean going through the door. I mean, sometimes you got to eat franks and beans. Sometimes you got to eat oodles and noodles. Sometimes you can't go out to the club. Sometimes you can't buy that pair of sneakers. And sometimes you can't go get that Mercedes Benz and park it in front of the tenement building. Nah, you had to get that Mitsubishi and drive that Mitsubishi. And then when you get the yard, that driveway, that white picket fence, you pull up inside and you park that Benz. These are the questions that I would ask Jim Jones. We need to be led to the promised land, away from poverty and pain. Black people need to understand that you should not have to pass away and die and get paradise, while everybody else is living in heaven on this earth. Why we gotta live in hell to get heaven when we die? That's all, Jim Jones, man. I hope you don't take offense to what I'm saying, but somebody needs to say it. Our kids is not listening. They're not looking at they're not watching the janitors. Shout out to the janitors. They're not watching the sanitation workers. They're not respecting the security guards that's working in the high schools in the city. They're not respecting the transit workers, the bus drivers, the train drivers. They looking at you rappers because yet they don't realize that everything that glitters ain't gold. Jim Jones, you know what it's like to lose everything. Why you keep promoting a lifestyle that if our youth and our grown men, as soon as they get a bag, as soon as you get a PPP loan, and you done scammed these peoples out of thousands of dollars, the first thing you do is take it to the strip club? Instead of getting your family out of the hood? It is what it is, man. In the words of Dane Calloway, man, I just came here to make you think. There's more to life than the hood. And you better learn how to save your money so later on in life, your money can save you. And you can kick back and live like a king. Shall we begin? Save your money so your money can save you.
All I'm saying is, you shouldn't have to die to get paradise.